Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? It's been so long since I did a chat and I wanted to definitely go on because there's so many things I want to update you on. And pardon me guys if it's too sunny. A lot of sun is coming in here now. You guys know it's still the winter season and oh my gosh, I cannot believe it because the temperature here is like summertime already. It's unbelievable and I'm hoping it lasts because I definitely don't want a cold freeze, a cold snap all of a sudden and then my plants just wither away. But I mean, it's really gorgeous in my area right now and I'm just trying to, okay, there, that's better guys. Okay, so how's everybody doing? I mean, again, it's been so long. Lucy the cat, I see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Oliver Blackhall, I see you too. Hello there. Hey, you guys, let me know where you guys are signing on from because I definitely want to know what part of the world or what location you guys are on watching this live. And guys, I am so unfamiliar still. Rowie Pinkus, hi there. I see you. Tom W, hey, I see you too. Thank you so much for joining. And Lucy the cat from Canada. Hey there, all the way in Canada. But like I said, it's been so long. And guys, if I miss your message, I do apologize because you guys know I'm still unfamiliar. I'm like totally old school. Hold on one second. Okay, there it is. I'm totally old school when it comes to technology, so you guys gotta excuse me for that. So Lucy Menendez, Gainesville, Florida. Hey there, fellow Floridian there. Nicholas Inslee, Maryland. Oh my gosh, is it cold there? I know it is. Oliver Blackhall from the UK. Hey, Tracy L from Iowa. Then we have Rowie Pinkas, Israel. Oh my goodness, all the way over there. Tell me, what is the weather like there? And then Dr. Panda, hi. I thank you guys so much, all of you guys, for joining me. I'm so excited. Again, it's been so long and I'm just so happy to be here with you. Hey Maria, I'm Dora, Florida, so maybe I'll see you at the Miami. Are you going to the Miami International Orchid Festival? I do hope that you are because you guys know I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and the 19th, and I'm practically gonna be there for the duration of the show. So if you guys are gonna be there, you definitely have quite a good chance to bump into me. As a matter of fact, I'll be looking for you guys. And hold that thought, I just lost all of the messages there. Okay, so where were we? I'm just reading the messages, guys. I want to make sure that I do address you guys and let you guys know exactly how much I appreciate you guys. So I see Stavros. Hi, how are you? From Greece. Oh my goodness, it's just so amazing how we can all meet up in one place and YouTube allows us to do that. Technology, guys, gotta love it. And then I see, ooh, I don't know how to read this one. It says, hi Maria, how are you? I'm doing absolutely fabulous, especially since I'm able to see you guys on here. And let me see, these messages keep disappearing on me. Okay, so Sue Berry from Delray Beach, hi. Maryland is actually pretty warm. Oh my goodness, good, 60 degrees, awesome. And Dorothy Mayers, hey there. And Rowie Pinkas, 9 Celsius at night, but sunny days, okay. Oh my goodness, stay warm. My Kai, love it also. My Ancilia Africana, those are doing well for you, great. And let's see, Tom W says, sunny, 50 degrees here, took a long bike ride. That's awesome. Awesome to take that time and especially, you know, be able to work out physically and also mentally as well. I mean, you get quite a workout period doing exercises and the sorts. And Valerie Dorte, hi from Cocoa, Florida. Hello to you. And let's see, Lily, hello from Romania. Hi there. Okay, so I wanted to do some updates with you, and I gotta tell you, I am so shocked and surprised that this year has been very lenient when it comes to our winter season. And as a matter of fact, it is so bright and sunny. I'm trying to find shade so I won't be blurred out by the sun, but it is so bright, sunny, and warm. And I am about to go to the Miami International Orchid Festival, so therefore I have to really prepare. And excuse the noise, you guys know we're kind of a little bit by the roadside, so you may hear some noises as well. But since we're going to the Miami International Festival, I wanted to go ahead and try to get my garden straightened out. And since it's warm and just really plant friendly, I guess you can say, I'm starting to put out some of my plants here as well. But I wanted to get everything situated before I left because I'm going to be gone for almost a week, and I want to make sure my plants are watered. So for 3 days, that's what I've been doing, watering all my plants down, giving them some plant love. And then I've also cleared out my garden a lot because I really have to find a way to make things work. Someone told me that eventually I would run out of room in my garden to get more plants because I keep getting plants on top of plants at the whim. I mean, whenever the wind blows in a different direction, I'm getting more plants, okay? And they said eventually I'm gonna run out of room. And I explained to them is, no, I will never run out of room, because just as long as there's still room in my heart, I'll find room. So, you know, I have to stand true to my word, right? And I'm definitely having to make more room in my garden because this plant obsession has really gone quite berserko. But let me go ahead and take you around. I wanted to show you some of the work that I've been doing, clearing out some of my area. I don't know. Oh, let me turn the camera around. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me. Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, so in this location right here, and pardon the mess, we're gonna keep it all the way real, okay? I'm keeping it real with you guys, so you're gonna see the muck and the guck and the mess that's in my garden, but we are a constant work in progress. So as you can see right here, this is an area that was just really jumbled up. So I had to push all of these plants right here. This is my bromeliad tree that I have, that holder that contains like tons of bromeliads. Well, I literally pushed it back, and I also took out that one table right there, took it out of this area because it was just way in the way of everything. And here, these are my Thai constellations, but in this area I literally removed all of the shrubbery and plants and weeds. I mean, all sorts of stuff was actually in here. And I made it a way where I can literally walk in here, and then I have more room for plants in here as well. And if we take it around, let's go around, and there goes my hose because I've been just watering away here. If we take it around, so I pushed everything back here, and I literally took out all of the greenery, all of the plants that I had here. And as you can see, I made room. Yay us. And Todd, I seen you. I seen a message from you. This is your plant right here, so it's coming your way at the Miami International Festival. So again, this area is cleared out, and take a look at that. You can still see my beautiful bromeliad tree right here. And the area that I cleared out, let me show you what it looked like. And hello, school bus. That's what I have to deal with when I'm filming. You hear all the sounds. Well, that's basically, you know, school buses, police cars, ambulances, everything goes by when I'm filming. But anyway, so this right here, all of this shrubbery and vegetation and plants, as you are seeing, and as you see, they're not doing so badly for it being wintertime, right? But all of this vegetation was also in this area right here. And as you see, I cleared it out. There's no more of that vegetation. It's a lot cleaner in this area right here. And again, all of that space back there to add in more plants. And what this also did, guys, is I have these beautiful pots of bromeliads. Look at that, in these huge, huge pots. Well, guess where they were? They were in this area, hidden away by all of the vegetation where you couldn't even appreciate the beauty. So now if we take a stand back, look at that. You can really see those bromeliads. They become the focal point, making my garden look so tropical. And then look at that. My bromelia tree just really stands out from the roadside. And again, this is the winter time, so we're gonna have more plants and vegetation that's really gonna grow up. So yeah, this is just the start, guys. So here's the entryway from this side, because I definitely did not want to have to always walk around to get into this area. So I made it to where there is a pathway. In this section right here, I just have different assortments of plants. Here's my Imperialis Hoya right there. Some more Hoyas, some Vandas, also some Hoyas growing in my tree. You guys remember this right here, my Staghorn project chandelier, growing well in this chandelier. And then if we take a look over here, this is kind of where my Vandas, or majority of them, situate themselves. And as you can see, it's just a curtain of these Vandas. And I'm so happy to say, if we take a look, you are going to see some spikes that are beginning to come about. Right there, can you see it? And also one right there. So yeah, the spikes are coming, guys. Yay for us. And let's go ahead and do a walkthrough over here. Oh, and I do want to show you, look at that. That is my hibiscus bloomer right there that just bloomed. Definitely wanted to share that with you. And again, pardon the mess. I've been just really cleaning up this area. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you? Let me go ahead and come back out here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Look at this. This is all of the debris that I actually literally took out of my garden, and it's right here. And I I have to get this all bagged up before I leave here, so I got quite a lot of work ahead of me. Anyway, so let's go back in here. Wanted to show you other points of view of my garden, and here we have it. And again, pardon me, guys, it is quite atrocious. I have things here, there, and everywhere. We've been in winter hibernation, so my garden looks atrocious. This is actually a burlap material that I had over here, and this is some of that too, where I had it kind of hanging down to where it's protecting my plants over here from the cold. And this is basically a lot of my Hoyas, my hanging Hoyas right here. And this is the Hindu rope. Also got some variegated form back there as well. This was a recent purchase. Look at that. Look at this Philodendron Brazil right here. Look how luscious that is. Oh my goodness. And again, philodendron, sorry about that, Hoyas. Look how long this has grown. And this is some anosmums right here. And if we take a look-see over in this section right here, and I'm sorry if I'm shaking a little bit because I am trying to walk around and move things aside as I go. But this is my orchid tree right here. And just have a whole lot of things that are mounted onto the tree. I don't care what plants they are. If I want you in the tree, I'm gonna find a way. And as you can see right here, this is my Hoya that has been literally mounted into the tree. And guys, if you guys want to mount any type of plants into the tree, the key is having the media that it needs. So all you have to do is basically find a way where you can contain that media and that plant and have it grow right onto the tree. And of course you see bromeliads. Bromeliads, majority of them don't need any media. You can attach them right onto the tree as I've done here. And they're everywhere, also with the tillandsias. And of course I have some phals in here as well. These are species Phalaenopsis right there. Some more bromeliads. And I actually have my Aglaonema right here. And again, another house plant that's mounted onto the tree. Just as long as you have that media, you are a-okay fine. Then I have some Hoyas still in there as well. some more Phalaenopsis with their spikes. I actually had a spike right here and I accidentally broke it. But here's one that's growing there. And where's the other one? You can never find it when you want to show it, but there's another one, and oh, here's one right here too. So they are spiking away. Then I have this huge epiphyllum, whatever you want to call it, the orchid cactus, mounted or situated. It's actually not mounted, it's in a container, but wedged into the tree right in there. And then you have the anosmums and other types of dendrobiums that go through a dry winter's rest period and will lose all of their leaves. So it's not the most attractive plant during the winter season. As you can see, only these leaves right here and this leaf, but other than that, you're seeing just leafless canes right here, and you might even mistake them as dead or dying, but they're not. It's just a part of the process, guys. And one of the amazing things about these dendrobiums is when they do begin to bloom, they will bloom off of these leafless canes, and they'll give such a spectacular showcasing of those blooms, and also a unique visual as well, seeing all of those blooms on leafless canes. So that is what I love most about those types of dendrobiums. And let's go on further. I know, Todd, I know. So here is my grammatophyllum, and as you guys know, this is the one that I put in a bird cage, and it is growing spectacular. It is so huge, and yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to cut it right out of that cage because it is just simply loving where it's at. Then I have an assortment of different plants right here. And I do have to show you this vanilla plant right here, because this vanilla has absolutely amazed me, like majorly, guys. Hey there, BBQ Blues. Hi, I see you. And so this particular vanilla plant, if you guys remember, I actually did several videos on this one. I got this as one of my birthday hauls maybe like 2 years back, and last year it gave me my very first set of blooms, or cluster of blooms. But I want to show you this year, and again, we're just coming out of the winter, or it's still winter, but you know, it's beginning to warm up, so it's starting to really spruce back up, but it is kind of in recovery mode. But if we take a look, I want to show you, and let me make sure that I can find it before I begin. Oh, of course, I've lost everything, right? Okay, so here it is. Okay, here we are. So if we take a look, oh, look at that. That is a spike, or what is beginning to become a spike that will become a cluster of vanilla blooms. So you see that one right there, and up over here, there's another soon-to-be cluster of blooms. Hey there, Stacy from Oklahoma, I see you. Thank you for joining me. And then if we take a look right here, this is the fourth one. And am I missing another one? Because I thought there was another one. So here, oh, right here, here's the fifth one right there. I don't know why it's not focusing, sorry guys. Right there, that's the fifth one. And if we take a look up here, this is the sixth one. So we're gonna get a bountiful harvest of vanilla blooms. So that is really, really gonna be exciting. And I wanna tell you, this has grown with leaps and bounds. I've taken so many cuttings, not naturally. Unfortunately, it starts to grow out, the wind blows it, it snaps, it breaks, and then I have a cutting. So I've changed it in different locations and started to grow. But take a look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Right on, okay, right on my birds of paradise right there. There is that vanilla vine that has already reached out and touched it. Okay, it's latched on. I mean, there's nothing else you can do except chop it up, and I don't want to chop it up. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. And if it snaps, if it breaks, it's a-okay. It'll just grow right on that birds of paradise there. But yeah, this monster right here just continues to grow. I'm absolutely happy with it. And if we take a look over here, guys, okay, so this is my mounting station for my cattleyas. And I've had so many blooms that have come up here from this. And this is actually what used to be a shrub, and the hurricane kind of blew it over and it just leaned on its side, and it's actually still alive. It's one of my cassava bushes, and it'll create all of its leaves up there, but in this section it does absolutely nothing. So I use that to mount my cattleyas. And as you can see, I have several cattleyas here that I've been mounted, and I think even some back there. And then also right here, and I'm happy to see that this is actually beginning to sheath for us. So we'll have some more blooms coming from this area. And I have this vanda right here also spiking, so I'm very happy. I gotta tell you, I had so many spikes coming off my vandas last year, and I was so thrilled because you guys know that I've been on the organic fertilizing of my garden, and they've been doing so well, except for I had such a battle with the thrips. The thrips was taking out majority of my spikes, so I'm really gonna have to come up with a plan on how to attack them this year, because I can't bear to lose all of the blooms that I did, and not just with the vandas, a lot of my cattleyas as well. So, and then moving on right here, guys, this is another propagation station, some sort. That's my makeshift propagation station right here, which I've actually used this plastic drawer container set, and I keep all of my Hoyas that I am propagating in here. And here's some more of those Hoyas, and also in here. You guys, oops, sorry about that. Okay, right there. So what happens here is when I water them, and then I keep this closed, because it's warm, or even during the winter time, I mean, it kept it safe and secure in these containers. But when it gets warm in the summer, the spring months, what's going to happen is it's going to create warmth in here, and also great humidity, sorry about that, for my plants to really thrive. All of my propagations will really love that. So that's what I use that for right there. Coming into this section, another propagation station. And as you can see, these are all of the cactuses, the prickly pear that I had propagated. And excuse the mess. As you can see, they're all growing up quite well, each and every one of them. Going to the back, so I should have some prickly pear soon, and I absolutely love the prickly pear, even more so than the dragon fruit, believe it or not. I think the prickly pear has so much more flavor. But yeah, so those are the cactuses. Then of course I have the whale. Okay, I think I've lost you guys. Have you guys left me? Have you gone and left me here by myself? I see the reconnecting sign, so I'm hoping that you guys are still here with me. But anyways, like I was saying, okay, there you are. So this right here is the propagation from the rhizomes of a bromeliad, where you don't even have to have any types of leaves on this. You can literally use rhizomes and propagate these bromeliads. So that's what I have right there. Also, I have some more of the little new growths, but they're all coming up in there. And then I have this huge pothos that I decided to propagate, and they're coming along as well. Of course, I got syngoniums in here, some peperomias, just a bunch of little propagations right there. And what I actually plan on doing here, I'm not quite sure, guys. I'm planning on taking out some more vegetation and pushing this all the way back just to give me space as well. I'm just really desperate for space, guys. And in this section, I actually found something on Craigslist, and it was a bed frame that was just really just a canopy, or it had railings on it, but I wanted to use it as a hanger to put in this section right here and have a lot of my hanging plants on there. I think that'll really free up some space as well. I don't like to have a lot of plants in pots that actually sit on the ground, because as you guys know, critters can crawl right into the pots. And speaking of which, I was just so upset to see this right here. Look at that. some form of critter has been eating away at some of my leaves. And also, let me show you right here. I mean, I'm on a vengeance right now. This is my variegated alocasia, and yeah, something's been eating away at it as well. So I have to really come up with a plan on how to attack these critters, because I'm not having it this year, okay? I worked so hard to have my garden, you know, in tip-top condition, or just really become a paradise where I can really enjoy, to have these critters eat away at my plants. Not gonna happen, folks. So anyways, this is my monster of a dendrobium, and unfortunately last year we got a whole bunch of winds where it broke a whole lot of these stems. As you can see, even this one right here, look at that. And look at there, it still has those keikis. I never took them off. And I mean, this would be great for mounting it on somewhere and just letting the roots grow. And Todd, I actually think I'm gonna give you this one right here. I don't know if you want this one. This is actually the one that's a species variety, and it's purple and white, the Dendrobium nobile. But I am thinking that I'm gonna cut this and send this off as well, or give this away. And I know our artwork in beekeeping, I owe you something too as well, and I'm thinking I'm gonna give you this one too if you want it. Anyways, good news though, folks, is that new growth is still coming. And if we take a look right here, you are seeing those buds beginning to form off of these ones. So that's always great. And also all the way over here, you're seeing those buds beginning to form as well. So, you know, it's in recovery mode, but being that it's so huge and so big, I believe that it's gonna bounce back. And again, we have just tons of keikis everywhere, so we'll get it back right, I promise. And in this section, I do believe we have, oh, yep, there it is. We have that spike coming along. And let's see, and this section right here, and look, I chopped down a bunch of my yellow trumpet trees right here, because as you know, they grow so doggone tall, and it's growing into those lines again. If you guys remember that video where we talked about how they had to come and actually chop down my orchid tree, well, they may have to chop it down again, because I mean, it's right back to where it was at. So so I don't want that problem with these right here, so I want to chop them so they'll grow longer, sorry about that, so they'll grow more horizontal than vertical. And that's my hope, because I need more of a shadier or dappled shadier area here. And like this one right here, I have to work on that as well. This is another trumpet tree, or what I call my orchid tree, because this has grown really tall as well. So that's what this is right here. I'm just chopping them away. And if we take a look right here, I actually propagated one of my birds of paradise right here because they're creating so many babies. And I have to tell you, my birds of paradise have not stopped blooming. I mean, throughout, they are continuing to bloom, even during the winter time. So yeah, they're really, really beautiful. I love them, and they create great shade in my garden, and then also such a tropical feel as well. So moving on down the road here. So in this area, I've begun to clear out a lot of debris here as well, or plant vegetation. And not enough though, because I still have to pull this all up. But what I plan on doing right here is, I love how the ginger area, I love how tropical it was. But what I do not like is if we take a close look right here, and these may be can lilies, but also with my ginger, I mean, they just grow and extend out into my garden area, and I just can't have that. So what I'm planning on doing is pulling out all of the gingers in this area and then having them in huge pots. So where I'll still have that lush feel, but yet not have, you know, the problem with it spreading throughout and taking over my garden. So that's my plan of action with the actual ginger. You know, the shampoo ginger that I showed you that I love so much, and let me show you, here's some of them right here. I've also propagated a bunch of those, so I don't know if any of you guys want some. I may just give some out. This is a huge pot of those gingers right there. It's the shampoo ginger or the pine cone ginger that have those red flowers, and I've shown you where you can squeeze them and get that fluid out, that people actually use the fluid as a cleanser, whether it be for your hands or for shampoo. And this right here, oh my gosh, this was going to be a project. It was a failed attempt, so I just got to throw that away. But okay, so where were we? Back to where we're at. I'm sorry, you guys know I have adult ADHD here, and sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to stay focused. Anyway, so we have some Vandas right here as well. Again, Vandas are throughout my garden, so you're gonna find them here, there, and everywhere. Hey, Sherry Porsche! Hey there, girl, glad to see you. And oh my gosh, comments disappearing. Hold on one second, let me see. Okay, there it is. I see you guys again. Yes, ginger. And oh yeah, shampoo ginger. Dr. Panda is absolutely amazing. Not only are they beautiful, but you could actually literally use them. And I don't know, I have this crazy fetish with getting the fluid out, so go figure. And of course, the fluid is absolutely fragrant. I love the scent of it as well, so it's so much fun. Anyway, so this one right here, you guys know that I did create some videos on this one. This is one of my most favorite plants right here. It's what I consider my ugly duckling, and as you can see, it's not attractive at all by any means, and it actually looks like dead twigs. But look at there, guys, this is alive and well. If I can show you, they do have some blooms coming off of there, and they do bloom birdcage blooms. Let me see if I could find one. I think this one is creating its birdcage right here, and they smell so doggone fragrant. They're just so gorgeous. They're very, very tiny, but let me see. Okay, maybe I can't find any more. Okay, anyway, so they are alive and well. This is just how they look. This is an attempt to survive in the wilderness, to not be eaten up by predators. So yeah, they take on this look. Predators think it's dead, and it is left alone. So that process is well served. Okay, so right here I have, this is my dragon fruit, and it's getting pretty big. It hasn't given me any fruits though yet, so I am hoping this year it will. Someone actually told me that once it begins to bend over, that's actually when it'll start producing its fruit. So I'm glad I know this now, so I'm allowing it to just cascade over. And as you can see right here, there's the new growth. So it is alive and well and beginning to produce more growths. So I'm very happy with that, and again, hopefully we'll get some fruits off of that one. And if we carry it around, oh, let me go under. Ow, 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 things are pulling my hair. Okay, so right here is my Ripsalis elliptica, I do believe, and take a look at all of those spent blooms. Oh my goodness, this thing bloomed like crazy. Look at that, all of those blooms. And if we take a look, this is actually how they will look. Tiny green, whitish blooms. It's that creamy greenish yellow, I guess you could say. And they kind of look like star-shaped, but have those powder puffs right there. Look at that. But tiny, tiny miniature blooms. And as you can see, so many of them. I missed out on showcasing them when they came into full bloom, unfortunately, but you see the potential and the capability of how many blooms this thing can give. And also, it is quite an aggressive grower in the fact that you can propagate it so easy and create a lot more plants off of that. So just a fantastic plant to have. And I wanted to show you, oh, let me go under. Hey, don't pull my hair. Okay, so this one right here, I have to show you guys. This is the golden rat tail that we propagated. And if you can see, look at all of those babies. Oh my goodness, look at those babies just growing everywhere. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, our cleanup work and our propagation did wonders for this. And it is just gonna have so many growths coming from this. Okay, so let us move on into this section. Actually, let's go around because that section is kind of closed off. It's blocked off. And again, pardon the mess, guys. Again, we are a work in progress. We are getting it done. Okay, so this right here is Driftwood Alley. And I actually use this to protect my plants. I had this burlap material right here that I actually close. Whoop, well, it fell off on the other side, but I have it hanging here where when it was cold, they would be closed off, and also on the other side as well, as you can see right there. And it would offer protection to the plants in this area. And this right here is my Digbyana. And as you can see, it has a sheath that is forming. This actually is gonna be blooming later. My other one already bloomed like 3 blooms, and this one, I don't know, for some reason it's a late bloomer, literally. And here we come into this area again, all of my driftwood, which I did say that I was going to do a project and I didn't get a chance to do it, but I have not forgotten. This right here is a hibiscus as well. This is the one that has such a unique shape. It looks like a lantern, and it's like this orange with deep red veining that look absolutely spectacular. But as you can see, it has buds that are coming up, so I'm excited for that. And as we come into this area, this was actually a Catasetum Signoches, and I actually ripped it out because the roots were dead, and it's not doing so hot on here. It did give us a spike, but I just don't like it on here, so I took it off this mount. That's what that is, guys. But this right here is another mounted Catasetne type, and it did really well for us mounted on this wood log piece right here, or driftwood. And both of them, because I actually have 2 on here, spiked out very well, and I love the way this looked. The only problem was that I have it a little bit closer up to the top, and the leaves are actually hitting the top, so I had to move that down. But yeah, so you can mount your Catasetne types of orchids and they'll do just fine. I have some of these Tillandsias, and this one is yet another hibiscus type, and this one is a lacy petal type of bloom, and it looks spectacular as well. Again, orange and extreme red veining on this, so I can't wait till this one blooms. I don't think this one gave me a bloom. The other one did last year, but hopefully this year I'll get something off of that. Then I have some Cattleyas that are mounted. Also, Todd's Tropical. This is one of my favorites because I cannot believe it. This right here, this is something that Todd gave me. It had like 2 bulbs when he gave it to me, and I put it in a shell, and will you take a look at that? Look at those crazy roots right there, and look at all those healthy bulbs that have grown in. I just absolutely love it. And I mean, it has no media, guys. The only media that it has is this seashell. That's it, guys. That is it. And fertilizer, I have a fertilizer bag right there. That's how it gets its fertilizer, or at least how it had been, because again, I'm fertilizing organically, but that's a bag that had been in there. And this is from Brian. This is the gift that he gave me, and it is growing very well. And then we have this Brassivola hybrid. This is the Golf Green Hair Pig, and as you can see, they had some sheaths. Oh, this one actually fizzled out. We've been getting a whole lot of rain, so that one fizzled out. And as you see, this one is yellowing. I still keep it on there because, as you guys know, sometimes they'll develop their buds even later. Even after the sheath has died or appears to be dead, it dries up, and still you have a possibility of it performing even years later, guys, believe it or not. So I actually try to leave it in there. And of course, this is my Maxillaria tennifolia, guys. This is the one that I had to take apart and propagate and try to rescue. We did such an extensive rescue on this one, and I'm so happy to see that it is alive and well and just growing like crazy. And of course, these were some more that I actually had to cut singly. They were single cuttings of just one single bulb. And as you can see, each bulb has created new bulbs. So this is alive and also doing very, very well. And then right here we have bromeliad baskets, and I'm gonna have a whole bunch of bromeliad baskets. I love the way that it looks. And this is a Neoregelia type where they're smaller, but you're gonna get them to where they branch out and really make quite a focal piece or a display that's really gonna get a lot of attention. It adds such a tropical feel to the garden. So I'm gonna be doing that, and this is another one, bromeliad basket that I have. And in this one I wanted to use these striped bromeliads in here. Different types too. You see the smaller ones and you see the larger ones. And in this basket right here, believe it or not, I just put a log in here, and then I just put sphagnum moss. I mean, I don't know if we can see it, but I'm scared. I don't know what's in there. But yeah, sphagnum moss. So that's all I used for this, and it absolutely loves it. This right here, I have to say, is getting a lot of sun. You're seeing that nice red color. If this gets into shade, they turn green and they're not as attractive. So I'm gonna keep a lot more of these in the sun, and I have tons and tons of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and make tons of baskets and just really make my my garden looks so tropically delicious there. And this is a aggregatum, however you guys want to pronounce that. And I just put this onto a log, and as a matter of fact, I didn't even mount this. I actually just wedged it in there, and it's growing very, very well. Alrighty then, guys, I think we are done. Well, no, I didn't turn around and take you into this section. And some of these plants, guys, are actually going to be moved out. I just had them in here again to protect them from the cold, but again, now it's starting to warm up. They're going to be coming out as well. And this is a Vanda that I got from the Redland show, and it's absolutely huge, and it's growing right into the roof of this trellis here. So I definitely got to get that one out, and it has tons of babies at the bottom too, so it needs to go. It needs to go out and enjoy the sunshine. So this one right here is yet another Vanda that's going to go out. I have this Hoya right here that is actually producing its peduncle, its bloom spike, whatever you guys want to call it. And guys, just so you guys know, if you collect Hoyas, make sure you never cut those peduncles off. Oh no, because those peduncles are actually rebloomers. They will bloom again every season, so you want to keep those on. And the more peduncles you have, what does that mean, guys? The more bloom clusters you will have as well. So you definitely want to keep those on. And here's one of my baskets here too, my mounting baskets. I usually put logs in here, and then I'll just put an assortment of bromeliads, orchids, whatever I can find, and just kind of pot them up together, and they grow very, very well. Oh, I just went blank with this one. What is this one, guys? I just went absolutely blank. So this is the black and green blooming orchid. Ooh, sorry about that. Every time I flip my phone over, it gives me that message, and it scares me. I think I broke the connection. But anyways, I just went absolutely blank on this one. But this gives beautiful light green and black blooms. Oh, and this one right here was given to me by Brian, also growing very well. See all of those roots on that little guy of a Vanda right there, doing fabulous. I also have some Vandas here as well. I forgot about these guys, and I have to get them out too, because they don't get enough sun in this area, too much shade. Okay, so school is getting out, so you might hear some noises in the background. You guys know how it was to be kids, right? Of course you guys do. Oh, and this one right here, I forgot what, oh, is this the right name? What is this? What does it say? What does it say? No, I don't think that's it. Anyways, this is a Focata hybrid and has its little babies growing in there, and this was a lovely bloomer for us too as well. Ah, that's it. That's the Solagina Silogeny pandurata. Thank you, Todd, for that. I don't know where my mind was. I could not even think of it. But yes, this is the Silogeny pandurata right there. And this right here is actually a vandaceous type of orchid. It's one of the terete types right there. And I put this onto the log and it's attaching itself right there. And let me try to get out of here without injuring myself. And we'll even take a look into my orchid kennel, shall we? And this one right here, this is a Hoya. And I have to send this off to Orchids for Dummy. I'm sorry, Darrell. It's been sitting here. It's waiting for me to send it off to you, but it's alive and well, beautifully splashed and spotted on the leaves. So I'll get that to you too, probably after I get home from the Miami, but I promise I'll get it to you. So here are my orchids in my orchid kennel. And guys, take a look at this. Look at that. Oh no. Yeah, we had gotten some rains and it was so windy. I don't even know how this happened, but it totally ripped my little covering right here. So I got to get on that before the sun really starts beaming and taking out my orchids in here. But let's take a quick look-see around. So, oh, look at this one. Look at that. And this is not a flamethrower. It's a hybrid, similar to, and definitely looks like it. Love the amazing colors on here and love the unique shape in the bloom. And if you guys want to know what it is, this is what it is. It's the EPC Mikawa Prime, and it's crossed with a Rene Marquise and also a, I can't read that name, Pseudopedendron. I think that's what it is, but you see the tag, so woo! And of course I had these Maikais right here and they bloom so beautiful. It's mounted on this log right here. And yeah, we had stunning displays off of this, as you can see. And these are the last of the blooms, but they're still so very beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. And then if we look up, and you're gonna find me using all sorts of containers here. You know, I'm one that gets really creative with how I grow, so whatever works is whatever works. And this is actually a wooden basket that I showed you guys a while ago, and I just want to show you how crazy these roots have grown throughout the entire basket. Isn't that just amazing? And it absolutely loves it in there. And of course, those are my M hooks that I use that have been lifesaver, guys. If you guys don't know about my M hooks, definitely check out the video. I mean, it's a game changer, and many of you guys have responded and told me exactly how well they've been working for you. And I'm telling you, they're very, very sturdy, and it's amazing how they can hold up some of these orchids and keep them in place even when the wind blows. I mean, it's not like a regular hook where it's just gonna wobble and dangle and fall down. This adds quite a good amount of security for it. So if you guys don't know how to make it, I'm just saying, check out the video. I think it's gonna be a game changer for you as well, especially if you guys are using those S hooks, which I hate so doggone much. Okay, so moving right along. So I have these Cattleyas. Actually, I don't know what to do yet with this Rene Marquise cross, because this is actually about 3 feet tall. And I mean, they just grow so tall and so lanky. You definitely have to have something that can secure it in place. Sorry guys, I know it's noisy. Okay. Again, it's school time and all the buses are passing by, but I definitely have to get this done because I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time, and I wanted to get that out of the way. But anyways, oh yeah, about 3 feet tall. You definitely have to find some way to secure this. So even though it's quite a beauty, it's a little bit of maintenance to keep this in prime condition and having it displayed beautifully. And if we move right along, this right here is just one of those baskets that looks like they use chicken wire, and a lot of times you'll find vegetables and other things in there where, well, I used it for my orchids and it works just fine, guys. Here's another one right here. I did the same thing too. This is actually quite a big cattleya right here. And this is a bracteosum, guys. Look at that. And even though you're seeing these canes that are leafless or practically leafless right there, again, one of these plants that are not so attractive because they will lose their leaves, but know that when they do lose their leaves, that's when the blooms will come. And these blooms are so fabulous. Look at that, so many blooms. And these can actually bloom any time of the year. And also, the most spectacular thing about this is they will last a good 6 months, guys. Believe it or not. A good, well, 4 to 6 months is what they say. So you're gonna get lasting blooms off of that. That is true flower power right there. Okay, so these are my little snow globes that I transformed into my grow globes, as you can see right there. And believe it or not, guys, I have not watered this. Well, I think I watered it one time just to make sure that it was watered. But I have not watered this for an entire year. No fertilizer, no water. It's remained in this grow globe. And this was actually a bulbophyllum, however you want to pronounce that. This was actually one that I was rescuing. And look at that. Look at all the roots. It is alive and doing so much better than it has ever done. So yeah, I use these snow globes that you can get from Michael's, and I use them as rescue terrariums, believe it or not, or even something that can permanently grow in there just as long as it can fit in there. But I also have some more right here. This is kind of a semi grow globe, I guess you can say, because I don't have this actually covered, and you see holes in there where the water can actually flow through, but you are still getting extra humidity in there. And this is another bulbophyllum. Sometimes we have a harder time with our bulbophyllums because majority of times they are mounted, and this is just a great way to add more moisture. And these right here are grapevine containers that I purchased at a garage sale, and this was actually a bell, believe it or not, that you see at Michael's or any of your arts and craft shops. And I used it for my orchids, and they are doing absolutely well. You see those roots growing in there. And then I also have used these bread baskets, guys. You know, I am famous for using whatever I can use. I'm like MacGyver. I'll take whatever, refurbish it, transform it, and it becomes whatever I need it to be. So this is a, oh my goodness, I forgot what this is too, and I don't have the tag. Philodota, the rattlesnake, the rattlesnake or the necklace chain orchid, I believe it is. Anyways, it is the Philodota, and it has such a spectacular bloom. It just really blooms in such an awkward shape, and when the blooms begin to form, it really does look like a rattlesnake, and that's how it gets its little nickname. And it does bloom some very unique blooms. I wouldn't say gorgeous, but very interesting blooms. So that is what that is, and I do see off of these. So yes, and it grows very healthy in that bread basket. Oh, and this right here, oh my goodness, my celeriari. This gave me the most blooms this year. I'm sorry I wasn't able to capture it, but I think it gave me like 7 or 8 spikes, and oh my goodness, how beautiful those blooms were. And I'm so happy because, again, I'm using the organic fertilizer, so to see this coming to bloom as much as it did really lets me know that, you know, the organic fertilizer didn't hurt it, and it works just as good as your regular fertilizer. And this one right here, I am so sorry, guys. Oh, it's fading and fading fast, but these blooms were so huge. And I know you can see that Brassavola signature in here with the very tattered or frilled lip right there. This is the Purpurata cross with the Brassavola or the Zigbiana right here. And they are just beautifully colored, lavender pink right there with a nice, very pastel yellow and white petals. And they smelled so scrumptious. It had somewhat of a limey scent that you would get from a Zigbiana, but not so overly powering. And it also had a very nice floral fragrant as well that smelled so scrumptious and so lovely. And as you can see with this right here, I actually have this as my mounting basket, as I was telling you guys about. And you will see that they have these wood logs in here, and I just put them right in there, and then along with my tillandsias and whatever plants that I wanted to add in there. I think I have some bromeliads in there as well. And as you can see, the roots will just begin to grow on those logs, and they'll actually grow together in peace and harmony, creating a nice tropical basket display, and one that will also be a blooming one. So yes, we got this to bloom, and I do love this so much. Now, you guys know I don't have a lot of oncidium types. I think the only ones that I have is the one that Todd gave me, and also this basket right here, which is an assortment of different types of oncidium varieties. And I think I have like about 3 or 4 of them in there. One of which is this right here. This is one of the little twinkles right there, and they are spiking, so yay, we'll have some blooms off of this. And I actually have a hibiki in here too as well. I had a hibiki that was not doing well, and I just put it in here, and look at that, all of those babies started to grow. And yeah, looks very, very nice. I inserted a log here, so if they want to climb up, they can do that. And again, this is the only oncidium that I have, and I'm not quite sure why I don't have a lot of them. I think it's because, you know, a lot of times they'll develop these black spottings, and it's really a lot of times due to moisture level, or it's getting too much moisture and humidity or whatever, what have you. But I don't like those spots, and because they'll grow throughout the entire leaves, I think that's kind of why I stayed away. And then also the fact that a lot of these oncidium types, the intergeneric varieties, also really have it to where a lot of them like warmer climates. And I've tried, guys, I really tried, and they just don't do well for me here in Florida, especially growing them outdoors. So I kind of stayed away from oncidiums, but I may give them a chance again. I just have to really stay true to the warm growing type of oncidiums. And believe it or not, I don't even have a chocolate sherry baby, so I don't know. I am going to the Miami, so I definitely think I'm gonna get some oncidium. What do you guys think? I do have to ask you guys that. What do you think I should get at the Miami show? Because I'm kind of confused, and I wanted to make a list before I go. Okay, so I have to duck down because I got these poles right here that were hanging all of my hanging plants, including my Hoyas, and my Hoyas, and my Hoyas, and my Hoyas. So yeah, I kind of have to maneuver into this area, so pardon me, guys. Okay, stop pulling my hair, stop pulling my hair. It's so funny, every time I walk in my garden, I have plants, I swear, that just despise me because they just pull and tug at my hair. Anyway, okay, so we made it into here. I got some more Vandas here. Oh my gosh, let me show you this one. This is my Ben Rice. No, not Ben Rice. Come on, gal. Ben something. Anyways, this is one that Stuart of Mainly Vandas gave me a while ago, and I wanted to show you. Oh, come on. This is one of my Vandas. Okay, I think we got it. Look at this. Look how many spikes. This was a back-to-back bloomer right here. Look at that. I mean, it just never stopped until it was winter time. That was the only time it stopped. I mean, it was blooming like 2 at a time sometimes, and every month it was creating another spike. This is absolutely gorgeous and smells so fragrant as well. Absolutely love it. And as we go back here, this is another one that was so crazy for me. This is the Cindy Banks. And oh my goodness, this one was definitely back to back to back. It didn't skip out on a month at all. And if we take a look right here, look at all of those spikes. You see that? I mean, it was just blooming left and right. And then I had thrips problems, guys, and it actually, the thrips took out, oh, sorry about that. The thrips did take out a lot of the spikes, but even still, I mean, it just continued to bloom. It was crazy. And again, this was with organic fertilizer. So the organic fertilizer, again, is just as good, if not better sometimes, because you're keeping it all natural. You just have to find a regimen on what you want to use for your orchids and what works best. So anyways, this is my pizza mount, guys. I know some of you guys were asking, hey, whatever happened to the pizza mounts? Well, let me show you if I can kind of get it out here. Look at those roots. I mean, they grow fabulous on this pizza mount. Now, I didn't do a video on this because I didn't know if I wanted to show you guys, for the simple fact that the drawback of this is that they are a little bit flimsy. And if it has weight on the orchid, it kind of warps it, or it kind of misshapes it. So it's only really good for your lighter orchids, to be honest with you. And here's Schomburgkia type right there, growing on my pizza mount. Another type right there, growing on the pizza mount. This is the Schilleriana right there. And let's see what other goodies we can find. Let's see. Okay, my Oncidium basket right there, or pot. This is one that we did that propagation on, and as you can see, they all are doing well. They bloomed well for us last year also. And I have another orchid right here. I don't even know what this is at the time, but this is a basket that I used. And then this is Encyclia type, and some more Cattleyas. I have tons of Cattleyas, guys. Okay, I'm getting stuck. I am getting stuck. I'm getting stuck. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we are. So the Cindy Banks, oh my gosh, gave me so many blooms. You guys know Cindy Banks is one of the boldest patterned Vandas ever. My most favorite Vanda, actually. The only thing that I dislike about the Cindy Banks is the fact that the leaves are flimsy and they can break and bend even if a gentle wind goes by. So you really have to keep it protected if you want, you know, a decent looking plant, because the leaves do have a tendency to snap or kind of bend downward. So that's the only thing I dislike, but the blooms are gorgeous. The fragrance is gorgeous. It smells somewhat of a grape scent, and also the potential of all of the blooms that can come up off of the Cindy Banks is absolutely fabulous as well. Okay, let's move on, because we are running out of time here. I know I've been on here for, oh my gosh, over an hour, guys. Is anyone out there that has stayed on here with me for a full hour? Was anyone that committed? I want to know. Anyway, so this is some more orchids that I have, and I haven't been back here in a little while, so I do got to do some major cleanup work. My Cycopsis here continues to bloom. It's producing some buds. And then I have some Paphiopedilum. Lucy the cat, I do gotta tell you, you are committed to the cause. Thank you so much. Todd, thank you for staying here with me. Ileana, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you guys stayed on here for this long. I do appreciate it, guys. Again, I just wanted to show you some updates of what's been going on, but let me get out of here because I'm about to get trapped. Okay. All right, so right here, guys, you guys are getting a sneak peek. I mean, this is something that I don't share every day, so thank you guys so much for allowing me to share it with you. So this right here, take a look at that. This is the cat post mount. Believe it or not, I made a mount from a carpet, and now looks like a cat post mount, and how cleverly named, because these are cats. Cattleyas. Okay, so I have cats on the cat post mount, and they're doing quite lovely. It's amazing how orchids can grow almost on anything. So yes, we are using textiles for this. Sue Berry, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And this right here, Stanhopea, okay? This is the only Stanhopea that I have, and it grows so healthy and it grows so well, but there's always a big old but somewhere, isn't there? This never blooms for me, okay? And is why I don't have any other Stanhopeas. I mean, if you don't bloom for me, I'm not getting any more of your brothers and sisters or any more of your relatives. They can stay at home for all I care. So yeah, this is the only one that I have, and hopefully one day I could get it to bloom, and if it does, I'll get more. But if not, you are gonna be a loner there, fella. And another Cattleya bulbophyllum. Oh, so this is, let me show you. So this one right here, guys, this is the Digbyana variety. Hold on one second. Darius, I'm filming. I'm spending time with my buddy old pals here. Okay, so this right here is the Digbyana, and it is on my actual pizza mount, as you can see, growing quite lovely. You see all of those roots intertwined and growing right in there all the way to the back. So yeah, it's growing well. Only problem, guys, remember what I told you, and yes, it did bloom. It bloomed 3 beautiful, lovely, very frilled and very fragrant blooms. But the only problem, guys, with the pizza mount, remember what I told you? They get warped. Can you see the warpedness? Hold on one second, let me, there you go. Okay, do you see it warping? Like if you have it there, it's warped. It's warped because of the weight. So that is the only problem with the pizza mount. So that's why I didn't make a video on it. So it's not that it won't grow well on there, but you just have to have lighter weight type of orchids. If they do have some weight to it, you do run the risk of actually having it warped. But if you guys still want me to do a video on this, let me know, because I can do a video on this. And a lot of you guys think that this is some form of mulch, because it definitely looks like pressed mulch. But believe it or not, this right here is the artificial mulch that people use in their gardens, in their landscape, and usually to cover a tree. And it comes in a circle shape. That's why it looks somewhat like a pizza, guys. And it's actually a rubber form. And what I did is just cut it in somewhat of a triangular shape, and then I used it as my mount. That's it, and that's all, folks. It was a test trial to see if it would work and if it's another type of media that I could use. And as you can see, it's definitely another type of media that you can use, just as long as you have an orchid that is lightweight and it won't damage or it won't create a very weird looking mount for you. But definitely it grows on there very well. And as I stated, it's bloomed, and I think I've had this almost like 2 years on this mount, so it definitely is workable, guys. So again, let me know if you guys want me to show you. I can definitely do that. And this is another basket that I love so much, and this has continued to bloom. This is my cheetah pointer girl. Is it? Yeah, cheetah pointer girl. I lose the tags all the time, guys. It gets so windy sometimes, or they drop and they fall, and then I don't know where they're at. So this one has no tag, and I have some tillandsias in there as well. And again, pointer cheetah girl. It has white blooms. It blooms in a cluster. It has very beautiful spottings on there, and is one reason why it's one of my favorites. You guys know I like the spotty dotties. Okay, so this is another Dendrobium nobile, guys. Last year it didn't bloom for me. I had kept this indoors, and this year guys, it is blooming. Well, not blooming, but creating its buds. Can you see that? Can ya? So yay, we are gonna get some buds off of this one. And I think that is about it in a nutshell, guys. I have my mounted Vandaceous types right there. Ooh, I do want to show you this one. This will be the last, okay? And then I'll sit and talk to you guys until my phone actually dies, because it showed me the message that my battery level is very, very low now. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I wanted to show you this. Look at this really crazy container that I've contained this Vandaceous type of orchid. This is actually a Fulcata type 2, I believe. And this right here, guys, is actually an aquarium type of statue that you would put in a fish aquarium. And I think it would normally sit like that. I think, yeah, it would. And what I did is I went ahead, because there's an opening at the bottom, I just inserted the Vandas. And because I knew that the water has to be released somehow so that the water won't be retained in this container, I actually broke holes at the bottom so that the water could run freely down. And I want to show you, look at the Vanda roots that have grown. I mean, they love it. They love it, guys. So you really just have to try new things out and see if it'll work. You know, I'm quite the adventurous grower. I don't grow by the book all the time. And because I'm an artist as well, you know, I have these very loop-de-loop thoughts sometimes, and I'm one that just doesn't think it. I actually go out and try to see if it'll actually work. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But guys, if you never try, how will you ever know? And that's my motto. So yeah, so I think I showed you everything in a nutshell, guys. This is what my garden is looking like. Oh my goodness, a lot of work still to be done, but I'm happy with how it's turning out so far. And I'll put some more structures and things up so that we can definitely you know, house all of the plants that I have. And this right here is another structure that I put up, and it also has some of my plants. This is another propagation station right here that I have all sorts of plants that I propagated. And then this is what I love so much. I had this bromeliad, and I think this is Mother's Tears, I believe, or Dragon Tears. I don't know, guys. Bilbergia type, I believe this is what this one is. And when it was in my tree, because normally it's, let me show you. Normally it's in here. These are where those bromeliads are. And they just don't get any justice because the blooms will actually trail down into here and you never even see the blooms. So with this right here, and I plan on making lots of baskets like this. Once these all come out and bloom, I mean, it's just gorgeous. You'll see just that trailing of pink, and then you'll see those beautiful blues and greens in there as well. And they actually curl up. Look at those blooms, how they curl up like that. Just such a unique, look at that. The whole structure of this bloom is just absolutely amazing, and great color combination as well. And I just love how it just cascades forward and then it trails downwards. So I'm gonna have a lot more of these, and as you can see, there's more blooms coming. And these are ones that are so easy to grow. Oh my goodness, I mean, they grow fast, they grow aggressive, and before you know it, you'll have tons of them. So I can't wait to make more baskets of those. Okay guys, so you basically seen everything in a nutshell. I mean, me in its most basic form, guys. Not cleaned up, not shined up or polished. I mean, it is what it is. Take me as I am. This is what we're looking at now, but we indeed will progress forward. Let me go ahead and turn the camera. I am so sorry, guys. I know I haven't even been chit-chatting with you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around. Okay. All right, so it is your turn, guys. I am all ears. I mean, before the actual, I guess, battery dies. Okay, here we go. Let me get myself in position. Okay, guys, let me turn back on the chat, and I'm so sorry, guys. Who's here with me? Okay, so Sherry Porsche says, great creativity. Lucy the cat says, bye, Todd. I guess Todd had to go. Bye, Todd. Sherry Porsche says, awesome collection. Thank you so much. I've worked really, really hard, and you guys know I've gotten really creative on how I get my plants. I even propagate plants, make new plants, and sell plants or trade plants. I mean, whatever you have to do, guys, the addiction is absolutely real, and you got to find ways to make things happen, and not to the point where you're evicted and out on the streets either, okay? So just as long as you get creative, you can do it. I also check Craigslist, guys. I check Facebook. I check OfferUp. I go to yard sales. I mean, anywhere I can think of where I may be able to get some plants, I definitely do it. So again, just stay creative. If I can do it, you guys can too. And let me get the comments back up. I don't know what's up with this. I wish I could just leave the comments up. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Lori Crawford says, beautiful. Thank you, Lori. And Sherry Porsche says, thank you, Maria. Thank you, Maria. You guys just tuning in with me and staying tuned in and also following me on my adventures. I really appreciate it. And Tati Roni, nice and big collection. I know. Hi, Hi Tati, and yes, I have tons of plants. I'm just a lover of all plants. I was originally born on the beautiful island of the Philippines where, you know, there's a lot of lush vegetation and greenery and all sorts of plants and shrubberies and trees and fruit trees. So I'm in the right environment right now. It brings me back home. So yes, my mother instilled that love and passion in me when I was little, and I just retained that love and passion. And let me go back to the chat, guys. So yes, indeed, I love plants, all plants. I have no prejudice against any plants. I'm talking about succulents, I'm talking about orchids, I'm talking about alocasias, philodendrons, I'm talking about cactuses, I'm talking about you name it, I love it. Okay, how about that? And let me go ahead and read these messages. My battery's gonna die anytime now, so if it does, you know what happened. You don't have to call 911. I am safe and sound, guys. Okay, so Denise says here, hey Denise, good to see you. Ileana Paris says, see you at the 10 Miami Orchid Show. That's right, sis, I'm gonna see you there. Abraham Bonella, love your channel, hope to see you at the 10 Miami. Definitely, guys, if you guys are at the 10 Miami International Orchid Festival, definitely come and see me. I will be there, and not only will I be there, I will be celebrating my 26,000 subscriber milestone with you guys, and I have some wonderful prizes and wonderful appreciation gifts for you guys. So you definitely want to stop me in my tracks and say, what up, girl? I'm in the place. Okay, anyways, but you definitely want to say hello, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so my live chat disappeared again. Okay, so I will see all of you guys at the 10 Miami International Orchid Festival. Lucy the cat says your garden has expanded tremendously since you started. It has expanded, and I mean, I get more curious about plants the more that I discover. You guys know I love very unique, very bold, very original, very strange plants, and the more I learn about plants, I just get even more excited, and I want more and more plants. And what my main objective is not to hoard plants, but to have plants that grow in the most natural conditions as possible, and then create it to where they would grow like they would grow in nature. I think that's the best way to appreciate how plants naturally grow, and that you'll get the most growth from them. So I'm very fortunate, very blessed that I do have a garden where I can grow them in and try to emulate those conditions, and then really appreciate the beauty that they bring, because you know, I have to say plants are not only therapeutic, I mean, they're mind healing, they're spiritual healing, there's mental healing. I mean, plants are miraculous, and they've done so much for me, and I can't even begin to tell you. One day I'll tell you the story of how plants have literally transformed my world, and you will understand. But yeah, it's not just a hobby for me, guys. It's a way of life. I love, adore, I eat, breathe, sleep plants. Okay, I believe in my dreams I'm growing plants. I believe it. And my husband tells me the only way that he's gonna get attention is if he dresses up as a plant, and that's practically true, guys, because my plants take up a whole lot of my time, and it's something that I love to do, so it's not work at all for me. Okay, so North Carolina says hello from South Florida. Hello, I joined AO. Good for you. Without owning any orchids yet. How funny. So how did you get started joining the AOS and not having any orchids? I mean, you put the cart before the horse. You are in the right place, because the Orchid Society really teaches you a whole lot, and then you're growing amongst other growers, and they have speakers, they take you on field trips, and I mean, it's very inexpensive for the amount that you're gonna get, or the amount of learning potential that you're gonna get. So definitely you are in the right place. Stacy Gray, how long have you been working on your garden? Wow, great question. I don't even know. Oh my goodness. Are you guys hearing me well? Because my screen is freezing. I believe my phone is about to die. But yeah, wow. I think I've had my garden for maybe like 10 years. I didn't really start working on it maybe about 5 years ago is where I really started organizing and really started planning out a grow structure or a grow space. But I've had my garden for quite a while. It was just a place where I put plants. I really didn't work at it per se. So a good 5 years is when I really started. Again, guys, if my phone starts to die, I am so sorry, and I may try to jump back on when it's charged. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so Denise says, have fun at the 10 Miami. I sure will. North Carolina says, or NC, I do collect succulents. I'm excited to start my orchid collection, and I'm excited for you. Definitely watch my channel, also watch other YouTubers' channel, and you're gonna learn so much. I mean, there's a video for everything. It's YouTube University is what I call it, so you're also in the right place. If you have any questions, you definitely are in a great group of folks who love orchids and who love to share great information. So definitely that's always available for you. Also, Google up the information. I mean, technology has it to where if there's something you don't know, there's not a reason why you cannot get that information. I mean, it's just a simple typing of the fingers or a simple turning on your phone and going to Google. I mean, that's how simple it is. So you're in the right place with the right group of people. So definitely, I believe you'll have a great learning experience. Also with the Orchid Society, you're there, and you'll do well. I have no doubt. Okay, so Hassan Salari, hi Miss Orchis. Hello there, Hassan. And TD Moore, hey there. Oh, TD More Than Just Orchids. Is that your new name? That's awesome. Hey, long time no talk, TD. Hoping that all is well. I'm sure that you're happy that the winter season is at its end, or it's about to go away. I know I am, and springtime is right around the corner. Definitely glad to see you, and I'm hoping all is well. I'm hoping to meet you one day. I mean, we've known each other for years, right? And we've never met, but you know, one day I hope to travel more, even out of state, so that I can see more orchid events and see and meet more people. And definitely you're one of the people that I want to meet. So keep your schedule book open, okay? So Sherry Porsche, very therapeutic. It is in more ways than one. Sherry Porsche NC also watched a free whenever now they had, and a friend had given me a rescue orchid, so I got interested in starting to collect and thought I'd try and learn first. Well, you know what? That's really wise. A lot of us jump in not knowing a thing, and then we go through the trauma of losing a lot of orchids because we don't know what the heck we're doing. So you're doing the right thing. Do your research first. Wow, I wish I had done that. And then by the time you do start your collection, you'll already have the knowledge and the wisdom to maneuver through it. So definitely, that is awesome, and I think we can all learn something from that. TD Moore says, maybe someday I'll get over my fear of crowds and make it to the 10 Miami. Oh, I sure do hope so, because it really is worth it. And TD, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, a lot of people see me and think that I'm so outgoing and, you know, it's easy for me to deal with the crowds and deal with folks. But I have to tell you, there was a point in time where I wasn't so aggressive with that. And, you know, I mean, I was kind of I don't know, I had the personality. If you caught me at the right time, then I'm good. But, you know, I had my moments where I was very shy and very withdrawn and kept to myself. And because, you know, I had a love and a passion for acting and entertainment and, you know, and public speaking, I really had to do my research on what I had to do to get myself out there in the regards of overcoming my fear. And believe it or not, you're not alone, because one of the biggest fears that people have is speaking in public or being amongst big crowds, the not knowing, the not being sure of what's going to happen. But you know what? That's life. You're never sure, and sometimes you just got to jump right in there. And I remember, because I used to do spoken word, where it's a form of verbal poetry, I guess you can say, with a rhythm and a pattern. And I used to do spoken word, and I used to have to do it in public. There was a certain spot that was very popular. And I remember I used to get so nervous and so scared. But the thing was, once I got on that stage, then all that fear was gone. So it was just a matter of just pushing myself out there. And it was do or die, now or never. And I just did it. I did it because that is one of the things that we have to always deal with in life, is having to communicate with people, having to put on a performance or a show. Are you still on with me? I got a phone call and this cut off, so I don't know. Are you guys still on with me? It says I'm live, but I don't see anything. Okay, so I see some comments. Okay. Hey, Denise. I see you. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my husband tried to call. You guys are more important than my husband, guys. Okay, so I kind of cut him off. But, so TD, yeah, as I was stating, I can't see my camera, but I'm trusting you guys. I see you guys' comments, so I know that I'm on here. But, oh, you can't see me. Oh, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, guys, I am so sorry. I was just getting into the meat of the matter, too. I was very excited because this is like my cup of tea here. This is, you know, this is my atmosphere. This is my arena of what we were talking about, and really just motivating and empowering yourself to overcome fears and doing the things that have held you back and even sabotaged opportunities for you. But TD, definitely, I did not know that because you're so well on camera. So, but there's a lot of us that deal with it, and to be honest with you, I deal with it. Even today, I deal with it, and it's just something that, you know, you really have to push yourself forward and say that you're going to accomplish it. It's a mission that there's what is it, there's no option for failure, and do it. Just do it. I mean, that's one of the best logos there is, or mottos. Nike stole it from me. That should have been mine, but just do it. For real, just do it. Okay, so I don't know, guys. I guess you guys can't see me. I can read your comments. Okay, so you can hear me, but no video. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm still gonna talk until my phone dies out. So, okay, so Felix, I know, I'm so sorry, guys. I'll still talk. No, it's not a phobia. Well, it doesn't have to be a phobia. It's just one of those things that you deal with. But I get you. Just hate hordes of people. Oh, come on. Damn, Miami reminds me of Black Friday Orchid shopping here. Okay, I get you on that one. That's true. That's true. But what can you say? I mean, there's stuff that you got to deal with, right? I mean, to get to the good stuff, sometimes you got to go through the muck and the guck, okay? You should know that. That's even with growing orchids and plants. You got to get through the muck and the guck to get those beautiful blooms. I'm just saying. Okay, so, plus I'd be in the poorhouse. Tell me about it, okay? I'm over here like selling plants left and right, so I can go. I'm not gonna let anything stop me right now, but yeah, I understand it is quite a financial burden too, and you know, it's something that I save up for all year long. It's kind of a orchid holiday for me, the Miami International Festival, so I do save up, and I get myself in gear, you know, all throughout the year, and that's how I make do with it. Oh, but I do think about it every year. I wish you would. I mean, this is one of the best shows. I mean, I went to Redlands. Redlands was really nice. It was good. I mean, a lot of people. But I don't know. It's just more comfortable at the Miami to me. And it wasn't all spread out. I mean, everything was more centralized. And the deals even, I don't know if it's just me, but the deals seem to be even greater. I mean, I was finding some phenomenal deals that you would not find anywhere else. And that's one of the reasons I love to go. This year, a whole bunch of YouTubers are actually going to be there. And I think Brittany of Holy City Orchids is going to be there. And wow, I haven't seen her in like forever, ever. Caleb of PYC Orchids is going to be there. Carlos, Orchid Geek, the Orchid Diva is going to be there. Blanca Acosta is going to be there. Todd of Todd's Tropical is going to be there, so it's going to be quite a blast of a time. And there's several that I haven't met yet. I haven't met Brittany of Holy City, so that's going to be awesome. I haven't met Todd. Oh my gosh, I haven't even met Todd. Todd is like in Tampa. I believe he's like trying to totally avoid me here because he's in Tampa, hop skipping away. I'm always in Tampa. I'm always trying to get a hold of him, but we just cannot align our schedules. So it's going to be a privilege to be finally able to meet Todd because he's an awesome old person. That's why. Okay, so Denise says, do they push and shove? Really, I might be the one that pushes and shoves a little bit. No, not really. I haven't really noticed that at all. I mean, you got good space, so it's not like you're on top of one another. The only thing that I've seen is there is a crowd. If there's a popular vendor, you might have lines there and you might have to wait quite a while to actually speak to someone or even purchase your plant. You got to have a lot of patience, but it wasn't violent. There was no fights there, so no, not really a lot of pushing and shoving, but there are carts and wagons and stuff like that, so you gotta be mindful of that and kind of move out of people's way so you don't get ran over, but not too bad. Okay, let's see. And TD Moore says, you've convinced me. TD, you've got to come. You gotta come. And you got to let me know when you come because I definitely will be sure to spend some time with you, even after hours. I'd actually like to do that this time. After hours, after the show, I mean, hey, there's always an after party, right? Let's keep the party going. That's what I'm saying. But I definitely love meeting people, especially fellow YouTubers that share in the same passion and also stresses and struggles that we go through, not only in our growing, but also in our filming and things of that nature. So I always love to meet with you guys and talk about some of the struggles that we face, and it kind of gives you a different perspective, and also you get to share ideas on things that you would not have thought about. So definitely let me know. I would love to meet you and speak with you and spend some time with you. No snatching plants. That's why God gave us elbows. Tell me about it. I am not ashamed to use what God gave me. If it's an elbow, if it's a foot, a knee, I will use it. But yes, indeed. Yes, you got to do what you got to do to get what you want. I'm just saying. Okay, so Denise says, okay, not really Black Friday. No, not Black Friday at all. I mean, there are a pretty good amount of people, but it's not. It's nowhere near. It's nowhere near the hassle and the frustration. Okay, so North Carolina, I keep saying North Carolina, but I do see it says NC, okay? NC says, I would like to go. Sounds like a great please to buy my first orchids. You should come to buy your first orchid. No, but you should come. You definitely should check it out. I mean, it's... I can't even explain it. I did do a video, guys, about it on what to expect, some new things, and also telling you all about the Orchid Festival within itself. And if you guys have questions, definitely check that video out. Also, they have a site, which is www.orchidfestival.com, and it'll give you all of the information there as well. And it really makes it pretty convenient and self-explanatory, really. Okay, guys, since I cannot view you guys and you cannot view me, and yeah, it's not really working out here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, and hopefully, you know, tomorrow morning I'm supposed to be leaving. Hopefully I'll go ahead and do maybe a vlog before I go, and I don't know, or maybe even today. I was supposed to do some filming today. That's why I need to go ahead and cut this short. But I don't know. If I get done early, I may come back on here. I do truly appreciate each and every one of you guys that have gotten on. And for those of you guys that are going to the Miami International Festival, I do want to see you guys. I would love to meet you guys, spend time with you guys. And I just want to have a good old orchid time with you guys. And again, it's my 26,000 subscriber, and feel free to get me any presents or gifts or orchids that you guys want to. I'm just joking, but I definitely have some gifts for you guys, so definitely check me out if you see me, and I will be looking out for you guys as well. And with that being said, guys, I love you guys so much. I cherish each and every one of you guys. If it were not for you, I would not have the channel that I have today. And 26,000 is not a little feat to me. It is such a big deal, and I'm so happy that you guys are a part of helping me to reach this milestone and encouraging me to even fight that much harder to bring you guys the best shows that I can bring, and also to share with you guys the most informative information that I can share with you guys. And I'm just appreciative. You guys don't even know how much. So I love you guys all, and I will see you guys. Oh wow, what? No way. No freaking way. You guys did not jump on right now when I was when I was about to escape. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm so happy to see you guys. All that when I'm about to leave, it wants to cut back on. But I'm so happy you guys stayed with me, and I'm just so appreciative. Look guys, it's been what, an hour and 30 minutes, and you guys been with me. I'm so appreciative. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you guys so much, and I really want you guys to know that I truly do appreciate you. If it was not for you, I would not be here. Okay, this channel would not be what it is. And for you guys that are going to the Miami International Orchid Festival, I will see you guys there, and definitely we will have an orchid blast, partying like it's our birthday. Hey! And with that being said, I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace! I'm out. If I can turn this off. Okay. And peace. Wait a minute. Okay, guys. Bye. Hello again. Bye. Hello again. Okay, wait a minute. Oh man, I really gotta get with it, guys. Okay, so how do I do this?